Hey readers, thanks for tuning in to Books in the Park. Today I want to talk about a book I just finished called Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, who is becoming one of my favorite authors. This is my second book that I've read. I read Clara and the Sun earlier in the year, which at this point might be my favorite book of the year, but Never Let Me Go is also going to be up there. This one follows a group of students going to a sort of a mysterious boarding school that has very odd rules and is mysterious even to those involved as far as the students are concerned. And we follow them as they create relationships, as they go through their lives, and as they negotiate their place in society. And I don't want to say too much about the specifics of the story, because I do think that the specifics of who these students are, and what they represent, who the teachers are and what they represent, is very much a part of not just the story and the themes, but also the way that the author writes and works. And I think that this is something that I really love about Ishiguro, and that is that I think a lot of times in a book or in a story or in a movie, there's sort of a linear progress to time in the book. You've got a starting point, you've got an ending point, and the author is taking you on that journey through it. But I think what, at least for me, and I don't know if other people experience it this way or not, but with Ishiguro, it seems like rather than moving in a linear manner, that you start, like, imagine a camera with a zoom lens. You start and you're zoomed in on something very, very close, maybe the words on a page, and you're zoomed in maybe to one letter, and that's where the story starts. You see that one letter and you're like, whoa, okay, what is this? And slowly, as you go through the book, that focus expands, and then maybe you see a word, and then a sentence and a paragraph, and eventually you see most of the story or the whole story. And to me, that's how you move through his work. You start off being uncertain about what you're seeing, and then it slowly you to the point of sort of having a wide angle of understanding the characters, the situations they find themselves in, and their actions and motivations. And it feels like such a unique experience when you're reading his books. The writing itself is not complicated. It's, I think, straightforward. It's easy to get into. It's easy to get through quickly. It's not dense. And yet, I think because of that style, they're really books that stay with you after the fact. And to be honest, I haven't fully digested the book yet, but I also haven't fully digested Clara and the Sun, and I read that months ago. So it's a unique thing. I think a lot of books, when you finish them, they're done. This one is going to stay with me for a while. I will say something else too about this book and his other books. They're classified as fiction, but they have a lot of other elements to them that I find really appealing. This one and Clara and the Sun have sort of a science fiction kind of backdrop to them. You know, they involve advanced technology or things that are familiar to us, but that we haven't realized yet with our current technology. And I think that there's a certain, like, dystopian kind of a feel to them, not exactly dystopian, but just that feel to it. Like, is this the world that we want to be moving to if we do realize these technologies? And so, and yet they're very human. And there are also, you know, a lot of times our characters aren't necessarily human, like in the case of Claire and the Sun. And in this one, the characters are, I'll just say they're different, but I won't say any more. I would just say it's an excellent read. If you like coming of age stories, if you like sci-fi, although this isn't like necessarily world building on an epic level, it does engage a lot of the same tropes. And so anyway, I would just say Kazuo Ishiguro, check him out. I know that he's big and that a lot of people like him, but if you haven't checked him out, check him out. And Never Let Me Go, an excellent book. I hope you read it. Let me know what you think down below.